ill-mannered women. All right, so let's get this ball rolling. If I've had this YouTube channel for 15 years, 10 years, at least 10. I've been making videos since high school. So if you go in the beginning, you'll see, my football highlights, my wrestling, also engineering, all sorts of things like that. And then I kicked it back up about 2 years ago now. Because I enjoy making videos. I love it. It's a hobby. I'm not really here to make money, you know, not really. But I am running towards it to see if it actually does make money and see if people actually are eating on this platform, you know. So, anyways, about 2 years ago, I had a lot of free time come up, and it's because my ex left me. And I really adored her. She was amazing to me. She brought a lot of happiness and light for me. Um, I could depend on her. She was who I thought was ride or die. And then she started behaving really poorly for months. She had checked out. She became emotionally abusive. Everything literally but physically abusive. And I mean, she can't do nothing physically, so she'll fight me emotionally. Just being a mean woman. Like, for example, I had a car accident in January 2021. I came home, thank God, um, and I didn't even tell her what was going on because she was just looking me already at 6 in the morning. I had just come off from my night shift, so it was about 7:30, and just come home from my night shift. I was working 100 hours a week, and I was just like, I'm not even gonna deal with this right now. I'm just gonna sit here, spend a little bit of time with her, because she's literally almost in her underwear playing video games. I'm gonna spend some time with her. In between the games, we were playing together because we had two TVs up. I pulled out my phone, put pictures on there, and posted it. She's really not big on Facebook and stuff like that. So I figured I'd still tell her on my own time. Turns out her sister saw it, calls her, tells her. And so by the time I go lay down to take a nap, because I've been out all day, she runs back in. 10 minutes later, she goes, "You don't think I care? You don't think I care?" By the way, this is a white Chinese woman. And I'm like, it's not that. I came home and you were upset. You are looking mean and angry for some reason. So it's not that I don't think you care. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to bother you. I didn't want to add on to that. And this girl starts packing her things to leave. It's like it's a problem. To this very day, I still don't understand what the problem was. Now, moving on from there, when she finally did leave, I started watching a lot of videos these 30-day rule, 90-day rule. Don't talk to them, ghost them, go absent, work in silence, go to the gym every day, get your money up. Dang. messed up, messed up my vocal cords doing all that. So, you know, grinding the silence, 30-day rule, 90-day rule. She's still not back after 3 months. Guess what? 120-day rule. Well, it's almost been 2 years now because we started dating about 5 years ago on literally Easter. So come this Easter, it'll be 2 years that she's left, and we were together for 3 years. So we were literally together for 3 Easters. So I don't know if that's Passion of the Christ. Jesus has risen, and then when Jesus rose or whatever, then it was like, oh, time for you to go. So, anyways, whatever. So I remember calling this one guy. It was a black guy. He was making these YouTube videos about let her go, grind in silence, and um, he asked for a consultation of $40. I had already dropped my YouTube video on here where I'm like fixing up pre-COVID homes, after my tenants destroyed it, stuff of that nature, and I was crying and torn up. I think I had already posted that maybe before or after, I'm not sure, but it's all on here. And anyways, I call him and he asked for $40 consultation. So I cash app him $40. He gets on the phone with me. I talk to him for about 5 minutes, like, "Ah, this what happened, whatever, blah, 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 woo, 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 woo." He goes, She's not coming back. Move on. And I'll be honest with y'all, the feeling I had right then was like a feeling of like I felt like a punk. I felt stupid. Like not because of her, because I just gave this man $40 to tell me she wasn't coming back. This man, this black man, gave me all the therapy I needed in 2 seconds. He said he's not coming. She's not coming back. That's it. That's it. We got the phone. I sat there silent, like this, sad still, but stupid, and $40 less. But let me tell you something. That's the best $40 I ever spent in my life. That's one of the best $40 I've ever spent in my life. Fast forward 2 years later, about one of my good friends, not gonna say his name. I almost slip up and say his name sometimes. Not gonna say his name. So he's in therapy right now, and they're charging him $130 a session or a week, at least, if not. So at best, 130 a month. At best, 130 a month. So they're charging him this, and the lady is literally telling him what I'm telling him. The lady's telling him what his mama's telling him, his daddy's telling him, his other good friends telling him. Everybody's telling him the same thing. For example, I went to go visit him, and I'm in the car with him. We're gonna go pick up an Apple Pen from some walrus he's been talking to that I told him stop talking to. She a walrus, and the other one's a big white, a big whale, one of them blue whales or whatever. And and tell them stop talking to these people. It's not because they're big that I call them these things. It's because they big and they mean. They're big and mean. If you were just big and sweet, I wouldn't call you that. What I would do is, if you and I become friends, I'd be like, hey, I can feel your blood pressure from across the room. You should go on walks. You should go on more walks. Walking is good, and vegetables and water. Drink drink a gallon of water a day. Drink a gallon of water a day. Oh wait, you keep eating a lot. Sunflower seeds, unsalted sunflower seeds. If you go into the store, into like a gas station anywhere, you see them little donuts. It's like 5, 6 donuts in there, like the little small ones, right? Debbie's or something, or the chocolate or the powder one. If you look at the pack for that you can eat in literally 1 minute, because I know you're not breathing while you're eating that. And I'm not saying that I've seen you do it. I'm talking about myself. I, when you look at that pack, it's 450 calories. And then you know that SpongeBob episode when SpongeBob and Patrick is in the freaking wilderness, and they get 2 chocolate bars. Patrick eats his, and then he looks at his hand. He says, "Oh, I'm gonna eat again." He bites himself, and then he looks at SpongeBob and starts blaming SpongeBob like, "You stole my chocolate." SpongeBob's like, "No, this is mine, but I'll share with you." Breaks it in half and gives it to Patrick. Patrick eats it again, you know. But anyways, and the back of that pack is 450 calories. But if you look at the sunflower seeds, the Big Ranch, the original, whatever, the sunflower seeds with salt in it. If you look at the back, that whole bag, right? It's like this big. Is like 450 calories too. The difference though is it'll take you all day to eat those sunflower seeds. Now I don't recommend those sunflower seeds because I love, like, the first time I had sunflower seeds when I was young and playing football, I was like, "What is this? This is amazing!" It's like the coaches were eating it like crack, and it was like the cool guys on the team who came, like the captain, and they were sharing with them. And one day they were like, "African boy, come here, come here, come here. Let's give you something." And when I ate it, I was like, "Oh, what is this?" I literally thought it was crack cocaine. From that time on, I came to play football. They could pay me in sunflower seeds. But here's the thing, though: when you're eating those sunflower seeds, for me, I always felt like my cardio, my ability to breathe was cut down. I think it's because of the salt. Anyways, that 450 calories lasts you all day. You cannot kill a bag of sunflower seeds in a day unless you're just a professional sunflower seed eater. Unless you want them, I do dip, and I'm doing sunflower seeds. Dip, sunflower seeds. Dip, sunflower seeds. Especially for a woman, ain't no way a woman gonna be able to kill them one of those gas station packs of sunflower seeds in a day. So you might eat like 150 calories worth of it casually, going throughout your day. Instead of like just do that instead of snack. If you want a snack and you can't eat broccoli or carrots as a snack, do sunflower seeds. And then go on Amazon and get this. This is like half a pound, and this is unsalted. It takes a little bit to get used to because it's unsalted, and it'll literally pull whatever salt you got in your mouth to it. But sunflower seeds are better because they're nuts. They have natural fats. However, they're better than peanuts and cashews. Because first of all, you gotta find the unsalted ones, the whatever. You can eat roasted, right? But all of them is covered in honey and whatnot. And then a handful of peanuts or cashews are at least 180 calories. So three handfuls, which you'll kill in less than 10 minutes, be over 1,000 calories. You know, if you're not careful, really. But these you gotta work for. You gotta crack it open. I'm talking about crack open sunflower seeds and work for it. Anyways, moving on. So, because there's gonna be several parts of this. And then in the future, I'm gonna work on videos showing you guys screenshots of me talking to our modern women, what they call modern women. So, anyways, so I get in the car with my buddy. I know, right? We went on a long pause, a long venture. So I get in the car with my buddy. We're gonna go grab an apple pen from one woman. He's really working between two girls, and everybody's telling them, "Leave these women alone. Leave these women alone. You won't leave them alone." And they're not attractive, and they're just mean. Leave these women alone. So we go to grab this apple pen from this girl who just popped out of nowhere and said, "Hey, I found your apple pen," which is wild, right? Because it's like, okay, go to go grab it. She doesn't let him in the house. So because of that, he thinks that she has a dude over or something and all that. We drove an hour to go get it. And, in my culture, I need to come in the house, you offer me some water, like you would imagine if I've been talking and dealing with you for a year, you won't just have me standing outside the house. But guess what? That's how black women treat black men. I've experienced that with black women so much. I'm just like, wow, that's really how they move. Ain't no way no white girl gonna do that to me, or no Asian girl. I've never had an Asian or white girl do that shit to me. Black women will be doing that stuff where you'll come over and they'll have you standing outside the house, and they'll come over and they'll be like, "What's your name, nigga?" It's like, what I need? You told me that I called you, but they just be playing those games, and it's just not cool. So, anyways, he comes back. I'm joking. I was joking with him like, "Hey, make sure to clap them cheeks. Make sure to get some cake." I'm just joking with him because I'm his buddy, and we just drove an hour. This is guy talk. He come back. I'm like, "You still smell like Old Spice. I don't smell no lavender and pink pink rosé or something, like whatever women spray. I don't smell nothing feminine and delicate on you." So so moving on. So we're driving back and we're going to fix up some things because me and him, we're engineers, we're handy, we do stuff like that. So we have a couple of like side gigs that we do for customers. So we go to fix up one of our customers' things. And is this man gonna come in or? Oh, he's just saying bust and toe. Anyways, we're gonna fix up one of our customers' things, and while we're doing that, the other great white whale, white shark, because she's not a shark, she's toothless, so I don't want to call her a shark. I'm rather I call her a blue whale or something. She calls, and this is the first time I've actually been on the phone with her. And the last time I came to visit, like about a year ago, When he told her that I was here visiting, she was insulting me, saying, "Oh, I need to talk to him. I need to talk to him." Because I am for my friend. I'm telling my friend he needs to go to the gym, do da da da. I guess she don't like that. And so she was telling him about how she needed to talk to me and get me in line and give me a piece of her mind. I said, "Hey yo, you need to get on a treadmill." And she got silent. So this is about almost a year later. And so I'm like, I'm being nice, I'm being courteous. This girl starts describing raping men, assaulting men. And she directs that to me, talking about spreading my cheeks and how she got a big thing that she can strap on. So me and her, I give her a piece of my mind. I completely shut her down on that phone. And I let her know that that is very inappropriate for a woman to be speaking about, especially a young, she like 24, 25. And I said, since you want to talk and behave like a man, I'm gonna treat you like one. Are you okay? Is something wrong with you? Like, what is your problem? So you think it's funny to talk about great, right? But if I start talking about great, right, in your direction or the woman's direction, everybody will have a heart attack. Even my friends defending her, like, oh, I'm like, dude, drive the car. I got this. I got this. Drive your car. Drive your car. Because it's not funny. SA and great is not funny. It's not funny. How many men get fired for taking their words out of context? Talk less of SA and great. So no, you're not about to sit there on your phone without me ever saying nothing unprovoked and start talking about that and then refer to my direction and how you're gonna dominate me and stuff like that. It's like, where is this coming from? She literally thought she was so comfortable that she could just talk like this, right? I'm like, I don't know what y'all do, but you're not gonna talk like that to me. So, oh yeah, I tore her up. I tore her up. My friend talking about, oh, Booker, stop, 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 da 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 da. I'm like, my friend even go to the point of saying, we can fight, we can fight. I'm like, pull over, let's fight. You didn't dare pull over. You didn't dare pull over. You didn't dare pull over. Now, I'm not saying my friend's a punk. He was trying to defend the girl. Well, then days after, this girl's not talking to him. She punishes him. And then it's coming back, and he's like, I even defended this girl, and now she's punishing me, saying I didn't speak up long enough, and da da da. I'm like, dude, she don't care about you. She don't like you. She in the wrong. You did speak up for her, and still she wants to punish you. Oh, daddy and mama, we went to go see them later. That came up. He didn't want to tell him about exactly what she said. He didn't want to, but his parents literally were already like, leave her alone. The lady with the Apple Pen has already talked about blackmailing him for whatever X reason, mean nature. This man is not somebody that does anything that you should be blackmailing. He's a clean dude. He's a nice dude. I forget the story of why she even tried to talk that up. But he's not like he doesn't do stuff that you would think black. This lady just throwing out words that she don't know what the consequences are. Just like the lady on the phone started describing doing something to me in the sexual and domineering way. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? So then, anyways, so I'm saying the same thing. His parents saying the same thing. His other good friend that we saw later on that he was saying the same thing. 2, 3 days later, he goes to go talk to his therapist. His therapist asks him, "Does Buka normally behave that way with people?" He says, "No." That's the first time I ever seen him go off like that. And then she goes, "Yeah, you should probably leave this woman alone. That's what everybody's telling you. Why don't you leave her alone? Why don't you leave her alone? you know? Why don't you leave her alone?" This man doesn't seem to understand that. And then he literally just got on the phone yesterday and was like, I guess she really doesn't care about me. I sent her a message, and she didn't even reply. I was like, "Are you okay?" I've told him so many times, dude. I think I need to let you go, man. I think this friendship ain't serving and either one of us. The friendship is like he needs to stop. He's spending thousands of dollars on women, and that's not cool. Thousands of women. That's not cool. I'll get a dating app membership. I'll go for dinner or something like that. But I'm not gonna let you disrespect me, and you're gonna want to leave. I'm not like you're not gonna leave me alone if that makes sense. You're not gonna leave me alone. You're not gonna leave me alone. Even with my ex when she was around, I let her do little. But after a while, they love you. But are you okay? Why are you angry at 5 in the morning? Because she's not angry. What she's doing is she's setting me up for failure. She's building a repertoire of being mean-hearted, so then she can later on say that our relationship isn't good. But our relationship is good. It's just that you've already done it. For example, what a lot of women do, because I've seen so many of my peers go through child support and all this already. What a lot of women do is they'll withhold sex from you, and then they'll start early doing alienation of like parents or parent alienation, where while they're in the same home, they'll start going to whatever with the child, making plans with the kid, not bringing you along, not telling you, staying hours and hours away, hanging out with their girlfriends and your children without you. They start that right there so that they can then later on try to go for full custody. And they start teaching the kids stuff like calling another man daddy, like Muhammad Ali said, you know? So all this because it's amazing how women and people say women don't think long term, right? And men are the ones who think long term. But women will think long term all of this so they can try to get full custody to get the most amount of money, get the house and stuff like that. And it's like, wow, like there are YouTube channels on here where women are literally teaching other women how to break up their home and come out on top using parent a parental. And I was just on a live 2 3 days ago listening to this, and I went on the chat and I was like, so y'all are really alienating people, huh? Like y'all really like promoting not having the kids visit their dad and stuff, huh? That's weird. And it's very sad. But I'm where I need to be now. So I'm just gonna leave it here. But in order to avoid things like that, as a man, you need to stand strong in the beginning at all times. It really starts from that. Like that girl who got on the on the phone with me and my buddy that he's been pursuing. Just to give you some background context, right? He's been dealing with her for about 2 years now. He has never had any sexual interaction with her. Any. None. In the beginning, about 2 Christmases ago, right about 2 Christmases ago, he was buying her $80 cookies. He once showed me a picture of her and him at King's Dominion. He spent $450 on that whole day. When he showed me the picture, she wasn't even smiling. She looked like she even enjoyed her time there. Oh, she doesn't like King's Dominion. Cool. Smile. There has to be something you gotta like there. I promise you, if you're like, oh, I like roller coasters, I don't want to go there. No man's gonna be like, come on, woman, you gonna go on this roller coaster and perish with me, or near, or try dying, or die trying. I don't know. But ain't no man gonna spend 450 trying to show you a good time and force you to go on any ride or anything that you wouldn't like. If you vocalize and express uncomfort or unhappiness at any moment, he will redirect the entire date. Ain't no man like that. Only men I know are like that are like them Dungeons and Dragons men, the men who will take you on them. I don't even want to say cosplay dates, because if he taking you there, you probably like it. But it's like one of them card game kind of guys, the guys who really want to play their game, and then the other one being like the guys who got money, who they already know what they want to do with this date and this vacation, with the $1,000 plus vacation. You know how girls be posting, they in Texas, they in Hawaii, they in Canada, and you be like, how you there? How you there? I definitely know I make more money than you, but I don't get to go on these vacations. How you make it there? Like, there's one girl right now. There's one girl right now. She just hit me up for a sneaky link. And and this lady, if you look at her Instagram, she all over the world. And one of them is with me. But I don't see a single picture of me. But then she did slide through, like it's been like 2 weeks now, at 1 a.m. to see me. But the last time I saw her, we had lunch, and she was so happy and excited to see me. And then as I'm dropping her off at home, she's like, "Oh, by the way, I'm engaged now." I said, "What?" "I'm engaged now." So I don't know if she's still engaged to be sliding up at 1:30 in the morning to, to see me. But y'all men, be careful out there playing with these women in America. Women are very intelligent. Women are very intelligent. And in this country, they will definitely call the policeman, fireman, or any other man to come enforce whatever strategy they have built for themselves. So be careful out there playing with these girls. Somebody said once to me, right after my ex left, this is one of my mentors. This is the husband of my mentor, actually. And he said that you never lose any woman chasing money, but you'll lose money chasing women. And like my friend here, I keep telling him, you work so hard for your money, you work so many hours, and you're so quick to give your money away, and for nothing. So the last thing I'm gonna say, or should I just make this part two? Mm-mm-mm. We're gonna make a part two. I'm gonna dive into this month's adventure because look at me, I'm cute. This jacket when my ex left, I lost so much weight. Even before she left, I couldn't feel this jacket out. But now, if I do this, I'm busting out the jacket because I stay in the gym. I've always stayed in the gym, but when she moved in, working 100 hours, being um being the man of the house, taking care of multiple homes, and trying to be her. Guys, be careful with this. I swear to God, be careful with this. Don't get in a relationship and think that it's your job to maintain her mental health and happiness. One of the things this woman said to me when she left, right before she left, is happy wife, happy life. I didn't understand these things. When we went to college for about 6 years ago, or eight, it's been like 8 years since I started college, at least 8, if not 9 almost. When we went to college, I went to college for engineering. Whatever these girls are studying, they also got a double major in women's studies. And women's studies comes women hate. And they come up with these terms like happy wife, happy life, misogynist. You ask them to spell what misogynist, they don't know what that is. They don't know how to spell it. They don't know what it is. They talking about, because my sisters are even saying it, talking about in every other home, a man just beating his woman. Where's that coming from? You know, happy wife, happy life. Um, there's this word she said literally the last phone conversation I had with her, and I can never remember any time I want to actually say it, but it basically means like she wants to be on good terms so we could talk, but it's really used in times of like divorce, and especially like when you have children. Forget, I keep can never, like it's right there, but I don't know how to say it. She wanted to be equitable or something like, and it's like that's the first time she ever said that word. First time she ever said happy wife, happy life. When I was getting a relationship with her and I was vetting her and seeing like what's going on in her social medias, she didn't have social media. But the one thing she did have, like an Instagram, she hadn't been on it for a long time. But I saw one picture, and it was some sort of thing meme she made about mansplaining. I didn't know what mansplaining was. Mansplaining is basically me sitting here and doing this, right? But it's only mansplaining because I'm explaining something and talking about something, and I'm a man. That's the only reason why it's mansplaining. It's literally is it? It's a disrespectful way to try to tell and shame men to shut up. That's literally all it is. To not be helpful, to feel uncomfortable, if trying to show any of our experience, expertise in anything. Don't speak unless spoken to. Just focus on happy wife, happy life, which means take care of my mental health, my happiness. If I'm not happy, this ain't gonna work. If a man is responsible for cutting the grass, roofing, physical protection, all this, protecting your life, having money, take care of you, paying all the bills, then because people love to be so polar opposite in 2024, then a woman is responsible for the emotional things. In initial, if the man has to get you to fall in love, after you fallen in love and you agreed to be his woman and you agreed to date him and marry him, since love and romance is the woman's number one priority, then it should be your job to take care of that, right? Likewise, if I'm taking all the physical things, a woman needs to be taking all the emotional things. I'm not gonna say spiritual things. That's actually a man's job, but all the emotional things. So you should be the one actually managing everybody's emotion in the home. If the baby's crying, what's going on with the baby? Breast milk, food, like sleepy, burp, diaper. You see? But see, when women have children, it's not an addition to the family. It's they're being taught in college and amongst their female feminist man-hating groups that when they have children, it's either two things: as a tool to take the materials or the possessions and resources of a man, and two, to replace the man. When in reality, when you have a baby, you should have that baby, right? And then you should put all your energy back into your man. It's understandable the first 2, 3 months, but in these scenarios, like when they talk about all this depression and whatnot they're going through, these women aren't these, postpartum depression. These women never recover from that postpartum depression. And then, like I was saying 10, 15 minutes ago, then they go into all this children alienation, all that. Why? Because they don't want to be under your order. They really don't want to be under your protection. They don't want you to tell them what to wear, what to do, how to move. Because these women have been taught to build their own legacy and be in the relationship, in marriages, being very selfish, not moving together, but just moving for herself. As long as she's okay, she can survive, she's happy. You see? Like my mama said, if there's no money, no romance. So if I'm taking care of the money, she take care of the romance. If I'm cutting the grass and taking all the physical things, she needs to be managing everybody's emotional health. Not me doing all that, cutting the grass, and then reading your mind from outside, knowing that you're sad, you're happy, you're sad, you're happy, you're sad, you're happy. So I can bring you some chocolates when you're sad, and even further your happiness when you're happy. You know, especially that parental alienation and then the sexual. The first thing women do in relationships when they deem that it's no longer there is they take away sex, and it's so sad because here's the thing: when you first meet a girl, she will be so hot, hot. She can't get her hands off of you. She'll be on you. You'll be waking up, and she on you. She on you. Especially today's day, they don't know how to cook, but for somehow they manage to have omelet on your face. If you know what I mean, good job. If you don't, you might be a different generation. You wake up and there's a hot plate of omelets on your face, but they don't know how to cook, so you gotta scramble them eggs and fry them up yourself. But you'll be so in love at 6 a.m. and she'll keep it on you until she get what she want, which is a relationship or a marriage or maybe children. Once she get into that relationship and marriage, she'll keep it on you. Then when she get them kids, and then watch, that's one of the first things she take out. One of the things I heard was if you could put a quarter or a penny, whatever, in a jar for how many times you and your woman have sex and real relations before marriage, after marriage, count how many times you guys have it and take one out every time, and you'll still have plenty of money to buy a house. But anyways, it's really sad. That's why I took my head and just take a little small pause. I'm sorry, guys. It's really sad. So yeah, it's so sad. But that's the first thing they do. And then once they take all that kind of stuff away, a man needs to still have his needs met. So they're really pushing you to go find it somewhere else and have infidelity. And once you have infidelity, they'll turn around and be like, see, he's a cheater. See. But you're my whole wife, and you haven't even touched me or wanted to be around me, even hugged me in a year or so more. But I'm still expected to. This grass is still cut. My organs function. I ain't unhealthy. We're not talking about women who had a car accident, fell off a hill, can't move. Because women love to paint that picture that men are just beating them upside the head and taking advantage of them and forcing them to just hand over the cake. That we are not understanding and we're just brutes and mean and menacing. And that's not the truth at all. We know when you're sick. We know when you're sad. We really do very much understand you. Men are we know how to communicate. If you meet a man, he's not communicating with you or whatever, speaking a lot, like I'm talking right now, it's because you don't know how to listen. And he's tried several times. Now he's tired. He don't want to communicate with you no more. But yeah, and the other thing, apart from them setting you up for infidelity, other thing too is that they'll have all these arguments and be very disrespectful, mean, back and forth, keep their conversations high, all sorts of emotional and verbal abuse. And men, when two men are talking to each other, after 15 seconds of talking to each other crazy, furniture's gonna start moving. So whenever it is you finally lash out one time physically, because she's been talking to you like a man, now you are a woman beater. And then she'll go on for months and years and even teach your children that men are just beating women upside the head. But she'll never tell you about all the mean and hurtful things about your mama, your daddy, your car. And while I'm not giving you nothing, Well, I'm not giving you any affection. So these women really come into the relationship selling one thing, and then at the end of the day, they try to build you into that brute or whatever they're teaching people to do, teaching people about men in college. So that's what's going on now. And and then in the next live I'll do, maybe not next one. What I'm gonna do is talk more about my friend and his relationships, talk more about mine, because I do attract a lot of women, but women come and women go just as quick because I don't tolerate their nonsense. I don't tolerate it. If you're mean and rude, you gotta go. Women will come in hot and ready, talking about, oh, you have so many girls, you don't want to da 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 da. And then once you put a little bit of effort into them, talking to them, texting them more regularly, then they'll start texting you every 5 minutes. Then they'll start texting you every hour. Then you might not hear from back from them for 2 or 3 days. Then you gotta call and make an appointment. But they'll definitely come in. Anytime you see a girl do that, when they come in talking about, oh, you won't have enough time for me, they're telling you exactly what they're about to do. It's this word called projection. I just learned it about a year ago. If you pay attention to people, they're gonna project everything they do onto you. All you gotta do is sit and wait to see what it is that they are. Like everything they've told you. If you do that, it'll come to you as a premonition. Is that the word? Because they've literally told you how they move, how they operate. You just need to now sit and see them actually do everything they accuse you that you do. Anyways, so in the next video, I'll talk about my friend some more and his dating. Like for example, I've already talked about him buying a puppy for $2,000 for some girl just because she she. Oh, that's another word I learned. Gaslight. All these words I learned from women, and they learned it from another woman, but they don't know what it means. So she gaslighted them, said, got up to the counter, like I said in other videos. They told him the price. She flipped her head and was like, if you don't have the money, just say so. And walked off and left him there. Then he felt pressure to buy that dog for $2,000. Don't make no sense. And then, anyways, so I'll tell you guys about some of the ladies I've been dealing with. Like the one I I've about cut off about. So I would say a woman and a half, but let's just say 2 women and a half. I cut one whole girl off. No, 2 women. I'm about to cut off. Half of one is gone. The other half is on the way. I'm so sorry. So it's cold up here. So yeah so that was just last night. So we're talking about 3 women, and 2 of them are half out the door. I started trying to talk to Muslim women now, giving them more and more opportunities. But the more I communicate and I talk to Muslim women, the more I realize that they're just as bad as the Christian ones. I even brought this up over the summer with my dad. My dad said the same thing. My dad said, "You don't even realize, but all that stuff that they're hiding, why don't you take that all off? You'll see that they're worse." My dad, I don't think I've ever tried talking to a Muslim woman, nothing like that. Nigeria's 50-50, like 50% Christian, 50% Muslim, basically. But he's been around Muslim people and stuff like that, But I don't think he's actually ever tried interacting with one, like that, like that. So it's just crazy what he said is coming to be very true. Especially these American ones that convert to Islam. They basically hot girls, summer girls wearing hijabs, and they say the same things. Like one of the girls that's halfway out literally says she won't settle for less. It's like, Where does that say? Where in the Quran does that say settle for less? Al Hamadla, um, Allah Abdul settle for less. Maybe that's it right there. It's like when she said settle for less, I said it's gonna take me about 2 days to get off this relationship high, like this emotional high that I've developed for you, because I'm a sincere guy and I do wear my heart on my sleeve. And I we had a good strong week, but ever since then she's just been declining from decline. Like she's been the one pulling away. And when she said that self less, I said it's gonna take me like 2 days, but I'm you're probably never gonna hear from me ever again in my head because that self for less. Yeah, you're just a hot girl wearing hijab. You know, you found God, but all you're doing is put makeup on. From the conversations we've had, she's been at the gym wearing the same hot girl uniform where you can see their birth canal whenever they do squats or deadlifts. She's wearing the same things because we were talking about, well, you go to the gym and stuff. She said she used to, and then she told me that the city girls outfit she used to wear, and she said she hasn't been back since because she doesn't have anything appropriate since she's been wearing a full hijab outfit. That's what I'm gonna call it, hijab outfit. And I said, well, you could just wear sweatpants or sweatshirt and have your hijab and like put it on. Like there are plenty of them like that. So you don't have any sweatpants, sweatshirt. So that's because she's wearing the hijab and all that stuff as a fashion statement. She thinks she's cute and pretty in it. She'll literally put on two, three dresses on it. I've never seen no Middle Eastern, African, outside United States Muslim woman put on two, three different dresses on at the same time. Only type of woman I've ever seen put this kind of stuff on where they wear two, three different dresses at the same time to stay warm instead of wearing leggings inside or something like that. Are them free spirited hippie type of girls with tattoos who like to draw and do art. Those type of girls that will do that kind of stuff. She definitely is a hot girl summer. So she's on her way out. Dang, I didn't mean to say all this now. And then the other one on her way out, very sweet Afghani woman. Very, very sweet. I liked her a lot. But she told me something in the beginning. She said that when she gets upset, she'll just stop talking. So we been talking for a little bit, and she was very sweet, very nice. We went on a date once or twice. It's not really date in the Muslim world, right? Because they're just like Africans, where you were kind of appear married one day, like hi, hi. Now you're married, but you can't do that in America. Sorry. Anyway, so we had a misunderstanding yesterday, and she did the whole like, oh yeah, when I get angry, I stop talking. When she first told me that from a man's perspective, I said, "Oh, you just kind of like chill out real quick, relax, just stop, bite your words, and just leave it alone for a little bit, and you come back." No, somehow she's managed to take that innocent perspective. I'm thinking, cause I thought it would be like, "Oh yeah, I'm not gonna come and like how a lot of black girls in America do, African girls do, try to come and talk to you like a man." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's refreshing. That's good. That you're not gonna try and entice me or make me even more angry, set me off. You know, that's great." But somehow she's managed to turn that and make it very emotionally abusive. Cause she literally abruptly just stopped talking. And when I started thinking about it, I was like, "Oh, okay, that's what she's doing." I'm like, "Hey, you're right. What's wrong?" It wasn't no like, "Hey, I'm kind of upset. I'm gonna like cool down a little bit. I'll see you like in 20 minutes." If I'm upset like that, because I do that too, you just need to give me like 20, 15 minutes and I move on. But these girls be holding grudges and anger and all this stuff for years. I don't do that. As a big black man, I can't sit here and be angry at you and furious Because when I'm angry and furious, I mean like I'm ready to fight, put some hands on you and stuff like that. I can't afford to walk this earth like that, or I'll get put down quick. I won't make it even home. So I might be upset and irritated for like 10 minutes, especially like when I've been irritated at people. Normally women, to be honest with you, because men don't ever go to the point of doing that. And I'll say yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, just like I say yes man, yes man, yes ma'am. But when it's like conversation, when you're just talking, and a girl just saying some crazy stuff, let's just say even a man. It's just I haven't been like that with a man that I can think of. What I'll do is I'll just move the conversation. I'll just literally start talking about marshmallows and something, so I can take my mind off of it, and we can come back to it. But it won't be hours and days. So she just went all day yesterday, just straight up ignoring me. So I was like, okay. So I'm not sure. Like this is not even like we weren't talking about global warming or nothing like that. She literally read my messages wrong. I explained that hey, it's misunderstanding. She agreed that she misunderstood it. Yet she's choosing to be angry. So I'm like, nah, nah, I can't do this one. Lord, Lord. There's a little too much for me, Lord. So I couldn't do that one. I gotta let that one go. Cause imagine now we talking about something bigger like kids or family or house, and you can just beware, man, of women who can just emotionally detach and be angry. One of the main things I loved about my ex is she'll be doing this, which is so rare. She only started doing that at the end of the relationship. She had never done nothing like that for over 3+ years. She had never done nothing like that. She intentionally chose to behave in an ill-mannered and mean way. She had never behaved like this, just always mean. But when she would do that, I could tickle her feet. I could like grab her leg, like her hand, move everything from the living room, like move the table, turn on some music and dance, and then she'll start dancing and laughing. She'll forget, she'll be doing this, and she'll be like, wait, I'm supposed to be angry. So then next time when I come and do the same thing, and she'll be like, oh yeah, this made me happy last time. Yeah. No. So then you gotta, oh, you think you just gonna, and I pick her up, and then she'll be like, wee, and she'll, oh, he broke me. He broke me. I'm supposed to be mean. So, and she's doing bad behavior. I could do something that'll make her come out of it. My mom, one of the main instigators of people who try to reject her, just like her mom tried to reject me. Um, as I'm like naturally just talking about her over the months and years now, I guess, since she's like, man, she was just like me. I was like, yep, I found the same type of woman you are. Unfortunately, right, I guess, in your eyes, she was not of your same skin complexion, right? Just like her mama found a good man in me, but unfortunately, I'm not Chinese or whatever. Um, she's hard-headed, good-spirited, strong-willed, but hardworking, sincere. She don't that she don't necessarily lie or try to intend to lie, but at the same time, she's over the years have expressed the sort of bad natures that she knows she has that she fights with, and to just be able to verbalize that and express that is a big thing. Like, hey, yeah, I would see myself tempted to be like this. Saying something of that nature, like let's say I could see myself robbing a bank, does not make you a robber. It's just you're able to understand and see that you could do that. Because you can see that, now you can troubleshoot it and you'll never be near a bank talking about everybody put your hand in the air, get on the ground. You'll never get to that point. Um so yeah, no matter like what she was doing, I could always snap her out of that. And even when she's doing this, and I just don't have the patience because I'm tired, and she's been doing it, and I've gone the sweet and happy way, and I'll tell her, and I snap at her. I'm like, "Hey, what's wrong?" You're always being mean. Like, why? Why? What have I done this morning? What's going on? This first time I've seen you. She won't come back and start yelling at me or whatever, because she knows she's doing wrong. She'll curl up and cry. And I'll come over. I'm like, okay, it's all right. It's fine. I don't know what's going on. I literally said so many times, I don't know what's the problem in this household right now, but I hope God will show me the way and lead us to a better path. Like, literally, that's how I would talk to her. And then after she curl a little bit, like, she'll like literally hug me, and hug me real tight. Legend says she's still holding on to me. And then after she's done, I'll be like, you wanna go get some IHOP? She'll be like, yeah, let's go get some IHOP. Some French toast. Yeah, let's go get some French toast. And she don't talk like that, but she do talk like that. Yeah, yeah. She'll start dancing, and then when she's eating her food, she'll be like, until she remember. Oh wait, I'm supposed to be leaving this relationship and not communicating to him why. French toast. I've already had 6. I don't need to have the 7th one. Okay, never mind. And then when I pay the bill, she'll be like, "Oh yeah, he doesn't tip. That's why I hate him." Here, I'll tip for you guys, because he ain't. You know, I don't tip, guys. I'm sorry. I don't tip. Sorry, I don't tip. And you don't want me to tip. If you're my way, you don't want me to tip you, because I'll give you a tip of life. Go work 2 jobs. I don't tip. Sorry. I'm sorry. I don't tip. I'm sorry. I just don't tip. I've tipped before, and I'll tip again in the future. But I actively try not to tip. I'm sorry. I try not to tip. Anyways, we'll do a part 2, and I'll make probably a part 3 as well. And it's just basically to talk about these videos are going to be to talk about how to work with ill-mannered women, especially the ones in America. We're going to be pushing about not spending all your money, not giving women $200 like somebody I know for no reason and no benefit. And we might even lead into my vision of always maintaining power in my masculine frame. And I don't think getting married in America allows you to do that. And once you lose your masculine frame and your ability to maintain power and control of the household and lead the household, because you're talking about 50-50 in a partnership with a woman, that's when your home starts to crumble. And now your wife or your girlfriend and your child are out in the wilderness until she finally realizes that she messed up 20 years down the road. But you can't get those 20 years back. Anyways, all right, I'm gonna get out of here. I hope I grabbed my ID. Yeah, I did. I hope my wallet is in here. All right, bye.